समय फिर से आ गया है एक बात को दोहराने का, और वो है कि दल बदलू बनो। बोलेंगे फिर से वही बात, क्योंकि ट्रेडिंग में तो दल हर महीने बदलना पड़ता है। इन्वेस्टमेंट का एक ब्रॉडर टाइम होराइजन के हिसाब से, समय के हिसाब से आप एक व्यू लेके चल सकते हो, पर ट्रेडिंग में मार्केट ऊपर नीचे घुमाता रहता है। इसलिए हमें हर समय सोच विचार करके ये सोचना पड़ता है कि किसके साथ चलते फिरते नजर आए, भालू या सांड, बुल या बेर, आपको किसके साथ देना है, ये सोच विचार करके जवाब दीजिएगा। जो अंत में नतीजा निकलेगा इसी के हिसाब से निकलेगा। तो बिग व्यू तो आई हैव ऑलरेडी गिवन, द बिग व्यू रिमेन्स द सेम, क्योंकि कुछ बदला नहीं है। एक दिन में ये बोलना कि ओवरऑल ट्रेंड हैज चेंज्ड, डॉलर इंडेक्स ओवरबॉट दिख रहा है बट शॉर्ट टर्म में नीचे आ चुका है, क्या लार्जर अप ट्रेंड डॉलर का खत्म हो गया है? कांट से, लार्जर इनफैक्ट प्रोबेबली नॉट। बट नियर टर्म में कई जो मार्केट्स हैं जो गिर रहे थे, कहीं ना कहीं धीरे धीरे ओवरसोल्ड में ग्राइंड हो रहे हैं और गिर सकते हैं। बट जब न्यूज बेस्ड रिएक्शंस आती हैं, मतलब मार्केट गिर के भी एक थक जाता है। तो थक तो गया ही था, मैं छुट्टी पे गया उसके पहले थोड़ी बहुत थकावट आ गई थी, और उसकी बट इंडिया नहीं गिरा था, तो इंडिया गिरा मंडे ट्यूसडे में जब टेक ऑफ किया मैंने, तभी भी गिर रहा था। और फिर उसके बाद डाउनवर्ड ट्रेजेक्टरी काफी धीमे फिर 100-50 पॉइंट करके 2-4 दिन और खींच लिए। यूएस मार्केट सेंटिमेंटली ओवरसोल्ड था, उसमें लास्ट वीक न्यूज आई फ्राइडे को डेटा रिलेटेड, तो एक और गिरावट आ गई। अभी ये गिरावट फाइनली स्ट्रेच होगी नीचे की तरफ कि नहीं होगी, ये एक डिफिकल्ट क्वेश्चन है। कभी कभी हो जाए, क्योंकि फिफ्थ वेव जो फाइनल वेव होता है ये कभी कभी धोखा देता है, कभी कभी पूरा अपना दौर चल के जाता है, पूरा एक्सटेंशन, पूरा साइज जो उसको कंप्लीट करना है, और कभी कभी वो जल्दी, हम लोग उसको ट्रंकेशन बोलते हैं एलियट वेव लैंग्वेज में, तो ट्रंकेट हो जाता है, छोटा बन के डबल बॉटम बन के निकल जाता है, और वहां पे फिर हम लोग बैठे रह जाते हैं ये सोचते हुए कि शायद और कुछ होना था। और जब न्यूज बेस्ड होता है तो और भी इट इज इवन मोर ट्रिकियर, क्योंकि वो न्यूज जो इमीडिएट सब लोग रिएक्ट करते हैं, तो सब लोग बेच देते हैं, तो उसके बाद फिर बेचेगा कौन? बेचने को भी लोग चाहिए, तो फिर वो गिरना बंद हो जाता है। तो ऐसा ही कुछ मिक्स्ड सेटअप बन गया है मार्केट में। मुझे जरूर थोड़ा शॉर्ट टर्म के हिसाब से, बिग पिक्चर मैंने बोला कुछ बदला नहीं है, यूएस डाउन ट्रेंड में है, अर्निंग्स डीग्रो हो रही है, फेडरल रिजर्व इंटरेस्ट रेट्स बढ़ा रहा है, उसका इम्पैक्ट इंडियन बॉन्ड डील्स पे आ रहा है और आता रहेगा। मेरा यहाँ पीक नहीं हुआ, आई थिंक इंडियन बॉन्ड डील्स आर स्टिल गोइंग हायर, 8.59%, एवरीथिंग इज ओपन। रुपी 87 तक तो पहुंचा ही नहीं, अभी 83 तक पहुंचा है, तो इसमें भी ओवरऑल प्रोजेक्शंस ऊपर के काफी हैं अभी रुपी के, तो दिस इज नॉट ओवर। परंतु शॉर्ट टर्म में 83 पे रुपी का आरएसआई टेक्निकल इंडिकेटर 81 तक पहुंच गया। अब पिछले 4 या 5 बार जब 80 तक पहुंचा था तो हमने एक गिरावट देखी, उसमें मतलब पुल बैक देखा, कंसोलिडेशन देखा, तो कुछ टाइम तक वहां ठहर गया। तो अभी भी जब 81 हुआ है तो यहाँ भी ठहर सकता है। तो शॉर्ट टर्म, बेसिकली मैं शॉर्ट टर्म में दल बदलने की बात कर रहा हूं कि दोनों तरफ हमें सोचना पड़ता है। एक ट्रेंड है, लार्जर ट्रेंड है, और एक शॉर्ट टर्म में जो पुल बैक्स आती हैं, कभी कभी आ जाती है। और इंडिया अनफॉर्चुनेटली जितने भी, आई नो आई हैव बीन बेरिश, बट डिस्पाइट दैट big falls, big declines have not been coming. In fact, April we saw, I think April to May, June we saw is the last big decline where we actually fell to 15,200. And then after that, rallying back very strongly to 18,000, we've barely fallen 1,000 points and are still rumbling around 17,200 and also at this level feeling excessively. And so if it had to fall, if the whole world was falling apart, we should have done a lot more on the downside. For some reason, the fight back is pretty strong. But like I said, the big picture, the macro trends are still all in place, and therefore I don't think we are out of the woods. But the market has fallen in 3 waves. It's not given me the impulsive decline I wanted, and so it is open to a near-term bounce back. Now, will that near-term bounce back be small, or will it be a little larger, a little more confusing? तो इंटरेस्टिंग चीज इधर ये है कि कुछ सेक्टर्स हैं उनमें ऐसा एक trend बना है. I will of course be for those who are watching on CNBC tomorrow morning, so that live interview should also may get published and I will share it. But some sectors will start to start looking positive over here. Especially the weakest sectors are actually not declining. If you have actually looked at it, some of the weakest sectors that we have seen under pressure for the last 6-8 months are suddenly not declining in this fall over the last few days, and that's sort of telling me that something is not right. Something's maybe likely to happen on the upside. In fact, commodities, one of the weak areas, We're actually seeing a bounce back in lead prices. I just saw aluminium prices and zinc prices also slightly bouncing back. Copper has not fallen below the June lows, even though it has been, rumbling around over there. So we do have this picture where, things can get worse, but in the short term, it's sort of hanging around. For some reason, they're hanging around, and maybe the market needs a little more relief, a little more time to really set its course. And so that's this time factor is usually the killer. You can have a directional view, but especially if you're trading options, then time is the real killer, because the time value of options deteriorates, and then you don't really make the money that you are looking at. So in the short term, I'm starting to sense, Friday I sensed it a bit, then I said, okay, it's falling, maybe we will get a 5-wave decline. But again today, as it opened gap down and didn't break the morning low, and then the subsequent bounce back is sort of giving a very indication that we might bounce higher before we head lower. And then the question becomes, bounce how much? Will it just be a 61%, 66% retracement back to maybe 17,600 or whatever that level is at the retracement levels? Or can we actually overshoot again back to, the high that where we were, 18,200, 18,250? This is a serious question. It sounds near impossible task right now, but if we don't fall impulsively, it sort of leaves that gap open on the upside as to what will happen. So we'll have to watch what happens at 17.6, because if we just slide through that level to the upside, cross 61% retracement, then the possibility of retesting the high once more actually would open up, at least on the Nifty. I don't know whether the Bank Nifty would do the same. Slightly different setup. Some banking stocks look like they have 5-wave decline. Some of them don't. Many of them, in fact, do. So I'm actually a little more skeptic on the Bank Nifty going that far. But Nifty, there is a whiffing chance. So we'll watch the 17,600 level very closely. It's not going to be, the typical case is that if you're bearish, sell at the retracement, but I think I'm going to watch what really happens over there and not just jump the gun. And in the meantime, we are in the midst of earnings season. I'm going to start off with the IT sector. And like I said, some sectors which are most beaten down, IT is one of them, might actually start looking a little positive, and so there's actually a good reason to think about searching for bullish setups in the very, very short term, over maybe 1 week or 2 week period. I don't know, maybe at least 1 week. Let's start with. So I'm really talking short term to start with. But yeah, there is a case here that is developing for something to happen in some parts of the market, and so let that play out. Let another round of near-term bullishness set in, and only after that, I think we'll take a call as to whether we get the next setup for the next decline. Because what has happened while all this is, while this short-term bullishness is, and we do follow what is my own proprietary RMI indicator, the Rohit Momentum Indicator. On the daily chart, the RMI is in buy mode. On the weekly chart, it is in sell mode, and in the monthly chart, it is in sell mode. So that is the setup we are at. So we have weekly and monthly sell signals, but on the daily, we have a buy signal, and that's the conflict really. Why I said short term with longer term conflict that we're trying to deal with and see how it really plays out. And once we are done with that, the bigger trends should set themselves in onto the market again. But we'll have to wait for the right setup to develop before we can say that the high is already in. Now I can already hear and sense all the bulls coming back at me saying, yeah, 19,000. So let's leave that joke for another day. Right now, let's just enjoy the slight positiveness that has come back. Maybe the holiday has helped me, going around Switzerland for the first time, doing that without a laptop and with my loved one, and the kids were busy with their schools. So really speaking, what ends up happening in such a scenario is you're completely relaxed. And so maybe that's making me a little bullish short term. Let's see. If that is the case, the market will whack me tomorrow. But till that point of time, till I get a clear-cut sell setup, I'm likely to be a little bullish in the near term. That's, I think, the case, and you can catch me, like I said, tomorrow morning in CNBC. I think that's all for this short post-holiday update for my YouTube watchers. Thank you.